Hey, Suramya, how you doing?
Hey, Dan.
Where'd you get that crown from?
Well, I thought I did such a great job in the last video. I deserve a little bit of a promotion, don't you think?
You did do a good job last time.
Yeah, it's 24 karat paper. You like it?
Anyway, so last time we talked about how the interest rate is set by market equilibrium.
Market equilibrium. No, Dan, no. We discussed awesome Game of Thrones analogies and money-induced death matches.
Okay, fine. We talked about how money demand comes from what people need to spend in the public.
Not the public, farmers.
Fine, farmers. And the money supply is set by the central bank.
Bank of Braavos.
Fine, the Bank of Davos. Anyway, what we showed was that the interest rate is going to clear the market so that the amount of money that exists goes to the people that want to pay it the most.
Yeah, but what we didn't discuss was why can't they just print more money so then the public or the farmers can get their hands on it?
Well, it's not like the way you drew these farmers, they have any hands anyway.
Oh, I see. You're the one making jokes now?
You want me to go back to drawing supply and demand graphs and talking about market equilibrium?
No. I like you much better this way. No. But the question though is still valid, right?
Yep.
Why can't you just print lots of money so then everyone can get what they want?
Well, there was something that we left out of the last video. Before we just sort of assumed that people spend their money and they just get what they want.
Yeah.
But in reality, in the macroeconomy, when people spend money, they're spending it on each other.
Ooh.
So for example, when this guy builds his restaurant, he spends it on the construction worker. The construction worker, he gets his milk from the goat farmer.
Okay.
The guy that wants his medicine, he gets it from the tavern.
Wait, what?
He gets his medicine from the tavern. That's where you go to get your medicine.
Oh.
Anyway, the point is, everybody's spending their money on each other.
Okay. I get that, but I'm still not seeing the problem. Why can't they just print lots of money?
Well, the problem is when they print lots of money, there's going to be a lot more spending in the economy. Do you agree with that? Because more people are able to get a hold of the money. But that more spending is going to lead to higher prices and what we'll call inflation.
Inflation, yeah, I've heard of that.
You've heard of that?
Yeah,
All right. So how does that work? Well, when the money goes to this guy who wants to build a tavern, he hires a construction worker.
Yeah.
If the guy who wants to build boats also gets money and he hires the same construction worker or construction workers in general, then there's a lot of demand for construction work. And so these construction workers can start to charge higher wages.
Oh, I see.
Them charging higher wages actually can push up prices throughout the economy because as he charges higher wages, costs for this guy running the tavern start to go up and he might charge higher prices for beer.
Oh, so prices rising in general is not a good thing.
Well, it kind of depends. We generally, if prices rise, people's incomes, if it's steady, their incomes are rising at the same rate of their costs, and that's okay. The problem becomes if it becomes either too high of inflation, because then people have to keep changing their prices, and that can be costly. Think about this guy with the tavern. He has to keep updating his menu, printing new menus. That's costly.
Okay.
But also, when inflation is very high, it tends to be very volatile.
Volatile, that means up and down, right?
It's up and down.
Okay.
So you don't know what the price of beer is going to be tomorrow, and so maybe you're not willing to buy it. Or maybe you're not willing to hire the construction worker because you don't know what the price you're going to be able to sell your beer for.
Okay, so I get it. So inflation, is too much of inflation is not a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
Okay.
So the central bank doesn't want to print so much money that you get high and volatile inflation.
Okay, I get that. What about the flip case though? What if they don't print enough money? Then what happens?
Oh, well, you don't want that either. If they don't print enough money, then people are sitting around idly, right? So this guy isn't able to build his tavern. This guy's not able to get his milk. This guy's not able to get his boats. He can't go buy a goat. And what happens is this construction worker, not only is he sitting around idly because no one's hiring him, but he also isn't able to buy his milk, and so the milk goes to waste.
Okay, there's no problem with that's like my fridge on a daily basis.
Well, maybe it shouldn't be. Maybe you should drink your milk. Milk is valuable. It's useful, and if it goes to waste, that's wasted resources or excess capacity.
Yeah,
how about this?
I don't get it.
Fine. This farmer isn't able to buy his beer from the tavern, and so that beer can then perish. That goes to waste.
Oh, no. We can't have that. No, this is a real problem. How do we solve this then?
Right. So you agree. That's a valuable resource. It's wasted. How do we solve that? Well, you need to print more money so that people spend enough to actually fully utilize the capacity in the economy. So there's a bit of a balance that the central bank is trying to achieve.
Okay.
It both wants enough money so that people are fully utilized, resources are fully utilized, but it doesn't want to print so much that you get very high and volatile inflation, and that's their objective.
All right, okay. Or in other words, one, you don't want any beer to go to waste.
That's right. You don't want any beer to go to waste.
Two, you want to know exactly how much your beer costs.
All right, you're getting it.
That to me is the perfect world. That to me is a noble task.
All right. So it sounds to me, Suramya, like now you understand what the role of the central bank is.
I get it.
Perfect.
So you're on board now. Are you going to watch Game of Thrones?
No.